Okay, guys, welcome back again once to Not Reward Technologies. And as you know, my name is Edu Amankwa Isaac, and actually, I am your programmer teacher. That is your tutor for the app development concerning computer programming. Yeah. Couple of days ago, we tackled some topics, some interesting topics, which is very nicely and yeah. So we created a splash screen, and then we created our checkpoints, and we created our create an account center. That is the last thing we did before we wrap up the other time. So this is the login, and we are done. And then we created the main form, right? We created the main form, but now we are going to work on the main form. But before we work on the main form, let's see how to work hand in hand with the checkbox recovery checkpoint, right? All right. So on the recovery checkpoint, is kind of complicated. This is basically is very complicated, but you just be following me with the codes as I will be coding. So let's call this, let's add a new form. Let's call this recovery, right? So on this recovery, as you know, I won't be wasting time on these things because um we just did it in the previous lessons. All right, so I'll just go ahead and then work along with it, and then yeah. Okay, so the control box, I'll turn it to false. All right, so then I'm good to go. Now, concerning this, I will be adding a group box. That is, I'll be adding two group boxes, right? A group boxes, and this is group one, and then I have the group two at the top there. Okay, so this is the group one, sorry. And then concerning the group one, I will be adding text box, sorry, combo box. I don't know if I should add a text box or combo box. Okay, let's add, all right, let's add a combo box inside the group box. So let's call this group box to be question verification. Question verification. All right, then let's bring this down. All right, then let's add a label. Okay, so on this label, we are going to tell the label to yeah. So concerning this label, I will call this security pass security check point. All right, so on here it will display whatever you chose when creating the account into this combo box as soon as the page loads, right? So let's add a button which will validate the account for us. So let's call this validate answer, right? Validate answer. So let's bring this down a little bit, and then let's bring this down as well. Now let's add a text box. All right, let's add a text box, and then let's see something. Undo that. Okay. All right, so let's do something like this. I would like to copy and paste the text, and then on this one I will say answer, right? And then this I will say question, right? Then I'll add a question here, the answer here, the box here, and then I'll close it a little bit, then I validate it here. All right, now we have the group box, and then we will say create slash recover accounts. All right, so you are going to recover an account, right? You are going to validate an account, and what we will do is basically we are going to do a lot of settings here, but I would like not to go deeply into this, because I want us to go or abide by the basic level of it. So let's add one text box, right? Let's add one text box, and then let's add another text box, and then let's add another combo box. All right, so on this combo box too as well. Okay, yeah, then let's add one last text box. All right, okay, so I think we are almost done. So let's paste what we copied, that is the security question, I'm sorry, the security checkbox. Now let's call this new username here. Then undo that. Let's copy and paste it. Then let's say new password here, and then let's duplicate that, copy and paste, and then let's say new question here, and then let's say new answer here. All right, then let's add two buttons, right? That is button 1 and button 2, and as you know, the button 1 will just be change now. Okay, change account details. All right, and then this will be close. Okay, so change account details, then close. All right, so yeah, let's do it this way. So let's see how best we are going to work with the create account. So click on the combo box, sorry, the group box, that is the group box 2. Click on that, and then turn the enable to false, right? So let's go to the let's go to the login and then double click on the forgot password, and we will say recovery.show then me.hide. So actually this is how it works. You will get the recovery and then you will hide it, will hide itself, right? So let's work along with it and let's see. Okay, so there you go. You have the question and then you have the answer, and then you can validate to see if it is the correct answer. All right, now you can't close it. Let's see how best we can work along with the close, right? So let's see the close. I think the close should be outside it. Yeah, let's paste it here. All right, so I think I'm good to go. So now I can be able to, you know, close it without the access of these. So without confirming um your question, you can't give any answer. That is how it works. So let's see something. um let's code the close, right? So for the close, it will say login dot show me dot hide. All right, so that is for the login. Sorry, the close. Now let's do everything perfect. Let's double click on the form to get the form one, the recovery load event. So when the recovery is loading, then combo box one dot text equals to my dot settings dot question. So automatically, as soon as you load it, it will load the question you when you were created account when you were creating the account. It will just load the question for you. Now you can see that this is the question I chose. Who created the software? Now I don't want it to be editable, so I will just say combo box one dot blah blah blah, then combo box one dot enabled equals to false, but it will be still working. All right, so as soon as it loads, you see that I have the answer, and then it will be telling you that who created the software, right? Who created the software, and you need to type the answer. So let's see, if I type anything and then I click validate, it need to validate it for me. So if it is the correct answer I chose for the question, then after the validation, it should enable the create or recover account for me to recover. Otherwise you won't get any access to do this. All right, so let's see how best to work on that. So let's click on the validate, and you see that the answer is the text box one. So on the button one click, that is the button, we will say if text box one dot text equals to my dot settings dot answer, then only then MSG box should tell us that validated successfully, right? And then I want this message box style should be okay, I want it should be information, and then from the information I want the heading to be correct. All right, okay, then let's say else if the text box one dot text equals to nothing, then it should give us a message telling us that no 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 answer found. Please input your answer to continue, right? To continue. And then I want the message box style should be critical, and then it should be error. All right, so I hope you are enjoying this particular lesson. So if it tells you that, then the text box 1 dot focus, right? Else, if okay, so if the person didn't type in what is in the answer in the settings, in the my.settings, then it should tell the person that wrong answer. Then should tell the person to try again later. All right, so and then the MSG box style should be critical, and then the heading should be error. All right, so I think I'm done here. So if it gives me the validation successful, that is, I am able to type the correct thing I added to the account. I created the account, the answer I chose, so I'm able to give out the correct answer. Then it should give me a message that validated successfully. The message box style should be informative, and then the heading should be correct. But after the correct, then the group box, which is the group box 2, which is where I am creating an account, dot enabled equals to true. Yes, dot enabled equals to true. Then the group box 1 where I came from, that is the question equals to false, right? So yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's forget the password, and I try to type anything here. I validate. It tells me that wrong answer, please try again later. So let's insert the correct answer. Let's see, validate. Now you can see that correct, validated successfully. Now you can create a new account. So we have successfully done this, and we need to code the creation of the account as well. So let's go to the create account. Let's enter the edit tab, and let's copy everything here because I'm kind of lazy. I can't do that now. So let's go to the recovery. Let's go to the question, edit. Let's paste it so that we won't be typing it anymore again. All right, so let's click on the change account. All right, okay, so we are going to say that my.settings username equals to text box 2 dot text. My.settings password equals to text box 3 dot text. Then we say my.settings answer equals to text box 4 dot text. Then let's say my.settings question equals to combo box 2 dot text. Then after that, it should say my dot settings dot save. Then it should message us that account recovered successfully. Then the message box style, I need information. Okay, then the heading should be recovered. Okay, all right, so I think I'm done. Okay, so let's start it and see. Now our account is being forgotten, so let's go to forget an account. Who created this software? It is Isaac. Now let's validate. Okay, it is being done. Let's create a new user name. Let's say Ike. Let's create a new password for it. Let's say 111. All right, let's set a new question for it. So the question: who created who is the founder of the church? Sorry. So I will go ahead and say Pastor Paul AJ. Now let's change it. Now you can see that recovered, account recovered successfully. All right, so after recovering the account, just close it. Then let's go here and type Isaac and then password 123. Let's see. You see that now is the wrong one, but at first we created an account with this. So let's go by the new one. So that is Ike, and then the password was 111. Let's log in. Now you see that we have logged in successfully. All right, so let's see if we want to recover it again. Let's see how best it works. So you can see that now it says who is the founder of the church. If you are able to type it correctly, it will just tell you that you are here. Okay, Pastor Paul AJ. Let's validate and see. Okay, it's been validated successfully. All right, so guys, I hope you are really enjoying this lesson for as we are moving forward. Now we have seen how to recover the account. We have done that as well. Now on our next lesson, we are going to see the main form, which is your main homepage interface, how you are going to do it. That is very, 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 very important before you go to the subforms. The subforms is maybe the database edit, pictures and other stuffs. Those are the subforms. Then we work along with the Microsoft Access, that is linking the access file to the database, and then we see how the database forms. That is, if you are not using one data source, you can use multiple data source, and we will be working on that. And let's see database edit, how to edit your database. We will be working on that as well. And then we will be adding an SMS sender, that is SMS sender. We will be buying some credits from some network providers, so that they will give us online SMS message pack. Then we will be adding birthday notifications. So if the person is celebrating his or her birthday, it will just notify you before the date, so that you can get some surprise or arrangements for the person. After that, after we are done with all these things, we will just export our project as an executable file or an installer, so that other people can just get the software and use in their companies and other stuff. So thanks guys for enjoying this particular lesson for today. And as I always say, big outs to Mr. James, that is James Akon, champion Bakope, and then shout outs to Isaac, the web guy, the web programmer. Hey, and my guy on the need me who bother. Me that's also one, yeah, that guy too is a very brilliant guy, and shout outs to him as well. And then one of my students, stubborn student Gilbert, and also shout outs to him. And yeah, so until we meet on our next lesson, have a great day and have a good life. Bye bye.